Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Math Connect. In today's lesson, we shall be discussing May-June 2022, paper code 0580, paper 22 of Cambridge IGCSE. So let us look at the questions. So we have a question 6 here. Let us look at question number 6. The question says, some cards have either a square, a circle or a triangle drawn on them. Pyatt chooses one of the cards at random. Complete the table to show the probability of choosing a card with each shape. So tabular column is given to us with the shapes square, circle and triangle, and the probability of getting a square is 0.2 and that of a circle is 0.32. We should find what is the probability of getting a triangle. So this is from the topic probability. We know that sum of all the probability is always going to be equal to 1. So here let's add all the probabilities. That is the probability of getting a square plus the probability of getting a circle plus the probability of getting triangle, but it is unknown. So let me give it as x and this is going to give us 1. Now let us solve this. So shifting these values to the right hand side, x is equal to 1 minus 0.2 plus 0.32. On calculating this, we get the value of x as 0.48. So the probability of getting a triangle is 0.48. Let's move to the next question. The price of a quart is $126. In a sale, it is reduced by 18%. Find the sale price of the quart. So it says the price is reduced by 18%. So now the actual price will be 100 minus 18%, which is 82%. So 82% of the current price will be the selling price of the quart. So 82 by 100 into 126. $103.32. Moving on to question 8. The nth term of a sequence is given by the expression n square plus 12. Find the first three terms of the sequence. So in order to find the terms, we simply replace n with the position values. That is, in order to find what is the term at position 1, we replace n with 1. Replacing n with 2 gives the term at position 2 and replacing n with 3 gives the term at position 3. So let us find the values. When n is equal to 1, n square plus 12 will become 1 square plus 12, which is 13. So the first term in the sequence is 13. When n is equal to 2, the expression becomes 2 square plus 12, which is 4 plus 12, and the answer is 16. When n is equal to 3, the expression n square plus 12 will become 3 square plus 12, which is 9 plus 12, which is equal to 21. Thus, the first three terms of the given sequence are 13, 16 and 21. Moving on to question 9. The bearing of B from A is 059 degree. The bearing of B from A is given. Work out the bearing of A from B. Bearing of A from B. So that means we are supposed to mark this. And we are supposed to find this. So let me name this as x. So we should find what is the value of x. In order to find this, the easiest way is first I am going to find what is the value here. Let me name this as y. Now if I look at this figure, I can see that these two lines are parallel to each other and AB acts as the transversal. Thus, the 59 degree and y are angles which are on the same side of the transversal. We have studied that interior angles which are on the same side of the transversal add up to 180 degree. So using this, we can write 59 plus y is 180 degree. Thus, y will be equal to 180 minus 59. The answer comes as 121 degree. Now we have got what is the value of y. In order to find the remaining angle, we will subtract it with 360 degree because we know that angle around a point is 360 degree. Be 360 minus the remaining, which is 121 in this case. Thus, the answer is 239 degree. Question number 9 can also be done in another way. That is, we will extend this line which is given here. And since these two lines are parallel, we know that these are same. The angle formed here and the angle which is formed here are going to be the same. So this value is equal to 59 degree and this is a straight line, thus it makes 180 degree. So 180 plus 59 will also give you the answer. Always bearing should be in 3 significant figures. So we got the answer as 239 degree. I hope all of you understood. Let's move to question number 10. So question number 10, we have two column vectors provided, P and Q. The first part of the question is P minus Q. We are supposed to find what is P minus Q. So P minus Q. That is 2 minus 1, which is 3. And 8 minus 4, which is 4. Thus, the answer is 3, 4. Second part of the question is 6p. So, we are going to multiply the column vector p with a scalar quantity 6. So, here what we are supposed to do is, we will multiply the scalar with every quantity inside. So, 6 times 2 is 12 and 6 times 8 is 48. So, the answer is 12, 48. The B part of the question is find modulus of P minus Q. We have already found out what is P minus Q. We are supposed to find what is the modulus value now. Now before we do this question, let me tell you the concept behind it. So let's say P is a column vector which has element x and y. Then to find what is the modulus of P, it is root of x square plus y square. This is the formula. So on applying this to P minus Q, to get the modulus value of P minus Q, root of 3 square plus 4 square, which is 9 plus 16, and that is root 25, which we know is 5. So modulus value of P minus Q is equal to 5. Question number 11 says that find the value of P when 6 raised to P times 6 raised to 4 is equal to 6 raised to 28. So this question is from the topic exponents. So we have to use index laws here. We have studied that a raised to m times a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Thus when the bases are same and if it is multiplication, we are going to add up the exponents and write the common base. So applying the same here, since the bases are all same, write the common base and add up the exponent since it is multiplication. So P plus 4 is equal to 6 raised to 28. Next step is we equate the exponents. So P plus 4 is equal to 28 and then you can solve for P. So the answer comes as 24. Question number 12. Annette cycles a distance of 70 km from Midwell to Newtown. Leaving Midwell, she cycles for 1 hour 30 minutes at a constant speed of 20 km per hour and then stops for 30 minutes. She then continues the journey to Newtown at a constant speed of 16 km per hour. There are two parts to this question. We are supposed to draw the distance time graph for the journey and also to calculate the average speed for the whole journey. So let us do the first part. We need to draw the distance time graph. So in order to do the distance time graph, we require certain information. So let us go through the question again. It is understood from the question that the total distance she travels is 70 km. So let us mark it down. So the total distance is equal to 70 kilometer. Time for the first part of the journey is 1 hour 30 minutes, or 1 hour 30 minutes means it's 1 plus half an hour, which is 3 by 2 hours in total. The speed with which she travels this distance is given as 20 km per hour. So speed is equal to 20 km per hour. So let us calculate what is the distance she has covered during the first part of the journey. Let me denote this as d1. Now what is the formula for calculating the distance when speed and time are given? So to memorize this very easily, I suggest you study the distance, speed, time triangle. So here if distance is asked, the other two quantities. So speed into time. If it is speed which is asked, then it is d over t. So speed is equal to d over t. And if it is time which is asked, then it is the other two quantities and its division between them. See, we have this separation, right? So that represents division, d by s. So here we are focused on finding what is the distance covered in the first part of the journey. So that is speed into time, and that is 20 into 3 by 2, which is 30 km. So let us go ahead and mark this in the distance time graph. She is traveling 30 km. So 30 would be here, and 1 hour 30 minutes or 1.5 hours. So 1.5 hours is over here. So the point where they intersect is over here. Let us go ahead and make a straight line. Please use ruler in order to do this. Now in the second part of the question they say she is stopping for 30 minutes. Whenever the body is at rest, we represent by a straight line. So the straight line is still 2 because it's half an hour. She is stopping for half an hour. Marking here. So always when a body is at rest, you should draw a straight line in order to represent the stoppage. Next, she then continues the journey to Newtown at a constant speed of 60 km per hour. So she continues the remaining journey at a constant speed of 16 km per hour. So the speed is 16 km per hour. We know the remaining distance. The first part of the journey was 30 km and the total distance is already given in the question. So the remaining would be 70 minus 30, or it is 40 km per hour. So the remaining distance she has to cover is 40 km per hour. Let us find out what is the time she had taken in order to cover the 40 km per hour. So time is distance by speed. You can refer the triangle which I have drawn earlier. So distance is 40 by speed is 60. So let us go ahead and input this in the calculator. So the time taken for the journey is 2.5. When you enter this in calculator, you get 2.5 hours. So starting from here, count 2.5 hours. So this is 1 hour, 2 hour, 2.5. And the distance is 70 kilometers. So 70 kilometers is over here. So the point where they intersect would be here. So let us make a straight line from here till here. So here we have completed our distance time graph, which is the first part of the question, and it carries 3 marks. Let us move to the second part of the question, which says calculate the average speed of the whole journey. So the average speed. So for that you should know what is the speed formula. So the average speed would be equal to the total distance divided by the total time taken for the journey. So let us see what is the total distance. We know the total distance as given in the question is 70 km divided by the total time taken for the entire journey. Let us find what is the total time taken for the entire journey. You can read it from the graph. Looking at the time axis, we get the total time for the entire duration is 4 hours and 30 minutes or 4.5 hours. Now we know that 4 hours 30 minutes is nothing but 4 plus half an hour, which is 9 by 2 hours. So 70 by 9 by 2. Input this in the calculator, you will be getting what is the average speed for the entire journey. 15.5 km per hour. Question 13. Without using a calculator, work out 4 1 by 8 minus 2 5 by 6. Show all your working and give the answer as a mixed form in the simplest possible form. So in this question, we are not supposed to use the calculator. 4 1 over 8 minus 2 5 by 6. So let us convert this to an improper fraction. 4 times 8 plus 1. 33 over 8. The denominator stays the same. Minus. Here also we do the same. We multiply the whole number with the denominator and add it with the numerator to get the numerator of our improper fraction. So 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. So 17 by the denominator stays the same. 6. Now here either you can cross multiply or make the denominator the same. So I am going to cross multiply. 33 times 6 minus 17 times 8, the whole divided by 6 times 8, which is 198 minus 136 divided by 48. 62 by 48. These can be further simplified. So our final answer comes as 1 7 upon 24. Question 14. Carlos invests $4,540 at a rate of R% per year compound interest. At the end of 10 years, he has earned this much in interest. Calculate the value of R. So this is a compound interest question. So let us go ahead and write down the formula for compound interest. A is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 the whole raised to T, where A is the final amount and P is the principal amount, R is the rate and T is the time in years. Carlos invests $4,540, which is our principal amount. So principal amount is 4,540. The rate is not given, so let us put it as R itself. And the time taken is 10 years. The amount of interest he receives is 1,328.54. This is the interest he receives. So the interest he earns over the 10 years is given, which is 1,328.54. And his principal amount is also given. We know that the final amount that he is going to receive is the principal amount along with the interest accumulated. So we can calculate what is the final amount by adding up the principal amount with the interest he earned, which will be 5,868.54. Now let us substitute these values into the given equation. So 5868.54 is equal to principal amount is 4,540, 1 plus rate is unknown, and the time given is 10 years. Shifting this, it becomes division on the other side. So 5868.54 divided by 4540. Made it as 1.3. So 1.3 is equal to 1 plus R by 100 the whole raised to 10. Now in order to remove this 10th power, we should take the 10th root on both the sides. So taking 10th root on both the sides, so 10th root of 1.3. Let's enter this in calculator. .0265 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. Shifting this to this side, so it becomes minus 1 equal to rate over 100. So R would be 1.0265 minus 1 the whole into 100. So I am going to do all this calculation in the calculator. So the answer comes as 2.658 or 2.7%. Moving to question number 15. Find the highest common factor of 12AQB and 20A square B. 12AQB and 20a square b square. Down the factors of 12. 12, 4 times 3 times a cube times b. So we can write it this way in order to make it more easier. 4 times 5 times a square b square. So the given terms can be written like this. Now let us see what are the factors here. This is a factor. Here a square can be taken out as a factor. So 4, a square is the highest factor in this, and then b is the highest factor here. So the answer comes as 4a square b.